Today, you are going to write body paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 for your Cro-Magnon essay. Now, this is an essay on the Homo erectus, and it is a first draft. And that's what you're going to be doing today. So it's not perfected yet, but it's a good example of what you're going to be doing today. So, as you can see, the introduction paragraph has already been written, and you have not done that yet because the introduction can be somewhat abstract for sixth graders. So I always have you start with your thesis statement, which we've all already written, and then we write body paragraphs 1, 2, and 3. And then you really have a firmer grasp of what the introduction should be. So you will not have written your introduction, and that is okay. So what you're going to do today is take a look at your thesis. So you should already have your project template up. So your Cro-Magnon essay template should already be open. If it's not, you can go ahead and open it right now and go ahead and take a look at your thesis statement. So in this case, the thesis statement is Homo erectus were one of the most successful early humans because, and then we talk about the 3 reasons why they were successful. So reason number 1 was their shelter, number 2, because of their tools, and 3, their achievements. So if you notice, I actually highlighted the first reason pink, and then I highlighted body paragraph number 1 pink as well, just to give you a visual that the reason number 1, whatever that is, has to also be your body paragraph number 1. Now, reason number 2 is tools. That means body paragraph number 2 also has to be about tools. And finally, the third reason in your thesis statement has to be body paragraph number 3. You might want to highlight your work as well, and you can take that off before you submit it for your final draft. But that might actually help you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this now. So again, shelter is going to go with body paragraph number 1 because it's the first reason in your thesis. So the first sentence in your body paragraph number 1 must be your topic sentence. So that's the main idea of this paragraph. And the main idea of this paragraph must be, of course, about shelter because that's what it's about. So your first sentence has to introduce to the reader the main idea of body paragraph number 1. So this topic sentence says, Homo erectus created and used different types of shelter that were important for their survival. So it introduces the topic in that very first sentence, and that's what you're going to go ahead and do right now, okay? And then you're going to, after that, you're going to give all of the information that you learned about Cro-Magnon, though, of course, because you're writing the Cro-Magnon. This is an example of a Homo erectus essay. So then the rest of the information is as follows. One type of shelter that they lived in were caves. In fact, they were the first early humans who were able to live in caves. One reason they could live in caves was because they had fire that could be used for protection. Living in caves was also possible for Homo erectus because they had better tools to fight off predators. Lastly, although caves were their primary shelter, Homo erectus also built crude huts out of sticks and mud. So that kind of wraps it all up. That's all the information that we learned about the Homo erectus. We've got our topic sentence. Body paragraph 1 matches the thesis statement number 1, okay? And that is that. Now we're going to move on to body paragraph 2. And remember, this is a first draft. I don't feel like this is a strong enough essay yet. It's a first draft, and we will, of course, revise later, and we'll use this to revise so you can see what I'm expecting for your revision. Now let's go ahead and check. Tools is 2. Body paragraph number 2 is also about tools. Now in here, you're definitely going to need a transition word or a transition phrase because you're transitioning from one topic to another. So this first topic was about shelter, but now you're going to transition to tools. So the first sentence should be the topic sentence. Tools were also important to the survival of Homo erectus. So we introduced tools, and we also included a transition word right here. You do not need to just copy this. Go ahead and get your own transition word. You can use this, but I suggest using others. And I have an entire list on Google Classroom for you to use. So just check out that list. There's tons of different words on there. You can also Google transition words. I'm looking for something different than the word also, okay? So, and then the next part of writing your body paragraph number 2 is to include all of the information you learned about Cro-Magnon's tools. And in this case, we're talking about Homo erectus. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. Many tools that the Homo erectus constructed were made out of rock or stone. One tool Homo erectus used was a hand axe that was made from stone. It was chipped on each side to form 2 cutting edges and was used to smash things open and gut different animals. Another tool Homo erectus used was a stone knife. This was used to cut off meat from the carcass of an animal. Finally, flint rock was an important tool used by Homo erectus. Fire could be created using flint rock and was extremely important to their survival. And finally, we're going to go ahead and transition from tools to achievements, okay? So we do need another transition word or transition phrase to be included in our topic sentence. So here's the topic sentence. In addition to creating shelters and tools, Homo erectus were the first to achieve many things throughout their existence. Let me fix that real quick. You'll notice when you read out loud, you'll find more mistakes. So that's a good thing you can do. You can also have someone else help you out with the editing, like a partner in class, and we'll talk about that. Anyway, I'm going to read that again since I messed up on that word. So topic sentence number, body paragraph number 3, topic sentence. In addition to creating shelter and tools, Homo erectus were the first to achieve many things throughout their existence. Okay, so that is talking about achievements right here. They were the first to achieve many things throughout their existence. I'm not in love with that sentence. I will fix that later. But it does include the transition phrase, okay? And it does introduce our readers to the topic, which is, of course, achievements. Now, let's go ahead and read the information that we learned. Now, you're going to include all the information you learned about the Cro-Magnon, but this, of course, is about the Homo erectus. First of all, they were the first early humans to migrate out of Africa. They were able to migrate to Asia and Eastern Europe due to the walkways that formed on Earth during the Ice Age. Homo erectus is also known to be the first true hunter. They were able to hunt large game because they constructed more advanced tools than those who lived before them. In addition, although they were not the first to use fire, Homo erectus was the first to create it. This was a great achievement because fire was used to cook food, for protection against animals, and for warmth. Cooking food consistently made the food softer and also helped to prevent disease. This made it easier for the young as well as the old to survive. Lastly, fire allowed Homo erectus to move to colder regions because it helped them to stay warm in cool environments. So now you are going to go ahead and write your body paragraphs. Guys, don't worry about perfection right now. Please do not sit there and spend your time getting the perfect adjective to describe something. Now is not the time to do that. Now is the time to write your topic sentence and then put all of the information you learned about the Cro-Magnon into a paragraph, okay? So all of the information you learned about Cro-Magnons, shelters, put it all together. And then you're going to move on to the topic sentence and then all of the information you learned about the Cro-Magnons' tools and weapons. And then write the topic sentence for their achievements and then write about all of their achievements. Again, don't worry about editing right now or revising. That comes later. Right now, we're just getting the information down. And that's why this, to me, this is not, my paragraphs aren't great, but they will be later, okay? Because I just want to get the information down. So go ahead and do that right now. And if you need me, you are just going to put your hand in the chat and I will answer as I go. If you get distracted because there's too much talking going on, put your volume down. I don't want you guys to go to breakout rooms because I absolutely cannot meet every single one of you. So it's more like a classroom where I'm really just going to be sitting here. And if you have questions, I'm going to be answering them. Today is not the day for me to read your papers. It's the day for me to help students who are struggling with writing a topic sentence or finding their information, okay, right, or putting their information into complete sentences. So we're going to stay together as a class, and you are just simply going to write. Like I said, if you're distracted from people asking questions, just turn your volume down. Okay, that is it. Thank you guys.